I'll be showing you how to make juicy, tender pork chops, searing in the pan, and then finished off in the oven. First, we're going to be making a quick 30-minute brine. I have 3 cups of cold water, 1 bay leaf, a teaspoon of black peppercorns, kosher salt, and 3. Let's get a little more. 2 cloves of smashed garlic. I always like to use another cutting board, since if you use your main cutting board, it will stain it and make everything else you cut on it later taste like garlic. So we're just gonna go, take your knife, smash it. This one, we're gonna do another round. Okay. Okay, that's good, that's 1. And then we're gonna go 2. And let's go a little more just to release the juices. Just kind of give it a little stir. Just gonna get a quick little brine on them. Okay, see you in 30 minutes. I'm also gonna be making a side dish for my pork. It's gonna be a mushroom onion sherry sauce that's gonna go really well with it. Okay, so you just kind of clean all that dirt off, and you can see this back like stub. You can just press up against the side and just kind of cut that off. You don't have to go around in, just cut it out of there. Just kind of like this, kind of make a claw and go. And then that last piece, if it falls over, just kind of tip it on the side, go like that. That'll be good. We're just gonna flip it, not gonna do anything else to it. We're gonna just let the brine do its magic. Go straight down. You just kind of make a little incision to get it started. Let's clean the cutting board up and just put this in your compost. Dice it pretty finely because you want it to cook down in the sauce. So you're just gonna go cut these into rings right now. Oh, that's okay, same like that, okay? My heart's been broken, Father. It's a juicy one. Let's just dice them a little smaller. Okay, and into another bowl they go. Onions do make everyone cry. It's a fact of life. I'm just gonna have to deal with it. Cut. It's gonna have some olive oil just to start. The onions first because they take longer. Then the mushrooms. Some salt, pepper on both of them just to season it. And then once it's starting to cook, this sherry will make everything taste so much better and just flame it up and finish the process. To cook the actual pork chops, you're going to need a really large cast iron pan or another oven-safe pan. You're going to heat your oven to 400, about 20 minutes before those are done. And this is at 400. You're just going to get your pan really hot so it can get a really nice sear, and we'll put the pork chops in the oven later, still at 400. Pour your brine out really carefully. You don't want to lose any of your pork. Let's get rid of that bay leaf. Okay. We're gonna pat each one dry and remove peppercorns, the brine. Take it over here so it doesn't get wet from the backside. Clean it off. You have your patted down. Do a little more. Okay. Good, 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 good. Okay. Some olive oil, and we're just kind of drizzle it. Heavily drizzled. Okay. Kind of evenly coat it. I find it a little more effective just to kind of use your hands. We're gonna do some salt. So I like to do it from my hand so I can really see how much and control it. So we're gonna we want it flavorful. And sometimes when you cook meat at home, it gets really bland because we're not seasoning it enough. We're just kind of sprinkling a little bit of salt on one side. But you should really season it on both just to get that extra flavor. And you can turn the knob to adjust the size of the peppercorns coming out of the ground pepper. Just kind of coat it nice and heavily. Okay, but you can do a little more. Just take your hand, pick some of that up, and just go like that. Now you can do a little bit if you want, just a little drizzle. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. Take your hand, spread it out nice and even, get it nice and glistening. Okay, hand out, same thing. We're gonna get it going. Put a medium heat just to kind of get it hot. Start with a little bit of oil. There's a lot of stuff going in here. So really, and then just kind of, spread it around. Take your onions. After a few minutes, it's nice and hot, and you're just gonna pour these in. Woo! Pouring out our mushrooms. So just put all of them in. Season that up. We're going to take our pepper and just kind of pepper that up, and take a little spoon or whatever you want and just kind of stir this up. Open your oven, and you're going to take your hot pan, set it up there. Medium heat, medium high. See if the pan's ready. Okay. And we're just gonna sear these pork chops for about 3 minutes. Hear that? That is what you want to sear and sear. Just a little. And pour the cup, and we're just gonna go. And see that beautiful color that it's gonna get? That is what we want. See that bubbling? That's the sauce we want. And if you were here, you could smell it. It smells delicious. And that's better. The pork's just gone in the oven, and we're gonna do about 6 minutes. Ours pork chops aren't very thick, but if you do it 6 minutes, doesn't look done, check. You can leave it in, but check it every minute or two. Sauce, as you can see, we're cranking it up high, and it's really smelling delicious. And that is what's gonna be delicious and so rich and beautiful. Fold it in there. That's how make a delicious side. Okay. Good. Let's leave that one there. So let these sit on the cutting board for 5 minutes to rest, so the juices don't just all come out when we slice it, so they just really stay juicy. We're just gonna take a big dollop of mashed potatoes. Nothing better than homemade mashed potatoes. And we're just gonna kind of plate this. We wanna make it look inviting. And you can use whatever vegetable you want. And we're gonna just set it down next to the mashed potatoes. Good, healthy serving broccoli. there. We're gonna put it right here just to add some different volume, make it look a little more inviting and professional. Delicious. And we're gonna place it right here, right on top of that pork chop. You can kind of put it on the bone because you don't really want to look at the bone. You want to look at this beautiful meat. Clean up around the edges just because you don't want it to look like an amateur made it. You want to make it look nice and professional. So this is how I make pork chops to be tender, juicy, with a bunch of fun sides. Thank you. It's time to eat. That is delicious. All works well, so well together. Nice creamy mashed potatoes.